วัสดีค่ะ
Sawadee
Welcome to the CRRU English Podcast by อาจารย์ Honey from Faculty of Humanities
and Ajahn Nick from the Faculty of Humanities. Know English.
Know the world
Crru ภาษาอังกฤษ
รู้โลกค่ะอาจารย์ Nick thank you so much for coming and also being my buddy to read to report the news today
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an honor to be here and thank you for having me.
Thank you. Right. Our lovely audience today is quite special because Ajahn Pham is on duty in Chiang Khong district. Okay, and that is why it's our honor to have Ajahn Nick with us here. And it's lucky for us to hear the real accents of English native speakers. Yeah. So Ajahn Nick, could you please formally introduce yourself?
Sure, yeah. So my name is Nick Johnson. I teach in the Faculty of Humanities. I'm from the United States, from Tennessee specifically. I've been in Thailand a little over 2 years, and I've been teaching here for about a year and a half. I love it.
Oh, so why did you decide to choose job here in Chiang Rai?
I think Chiang Rai is the best fit for me personally. I like the slow life, nothing too busy. I don't like big cities too much, so Chiang Rai is close to nature. Not too crazy, not too much traffic, so I'm happy here. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So thank you that you choose to teach student here at CRRU.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm happy to be here for sure.
So I would like to know how different between Chiang Rai and your home state.
There are some similarities. In my home state, there's a lot of countryside. We have some mountains, a lot of farmland, but the biggest difference and the one that I miss the most is the weather. The summertime is similar, very hot and humid, but in the winter we actually get some snow and cold weather, so that's what I miss the most is cold weather, leaves falling down and snow sometimes.
Oh, so that is absolutely cannot find snow in Thailand.
Definitely not.
Only hotter and hottest.
Hottest, absolutely, yeah.
Right. Okay, Ajahn Nick, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
Right. So today, how many news we got?
We have about 9 stories to report on.
Okay. So what is the first one though?
So the first story is going to be about the birthday ceremony of the king's mother.
Yeah. โอเคค่ะเป็นพิธีลงนามถวายพระพรนะคะและพิธีถวายราชสดุดีเฉลิมพระเกียรติสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าสิริกิติ์ค่ะ
So this is from August the 12th is when we had the ceremony. We had to organize it on that day because the actual birthday is an official holiday. So some of the university members came together, the president, CEO members, lecturers, and staff participated in the ceremony to respect and bless Queen Sirikit, the king's mother, on August the 11th.
Yeah, the pictures already show on the monitor now, right? Or the CEO.
Yeah, it was a lovely ceremony.
Yeah. You also joined that, right?
I was there.
Yeah, I also
we were there, yeah.
Right. Okay, the next news is from the University Research Institution, which is on August 1st การเปิดศูนย์การเรียนรู้ศิลปะวัฒนธรรมและบริการการท่องเที่ยวด้วยสื่อดิจิทัลเชิงสร้างสรรค์นะคะ The research institution leading by Dr. Anand, right? And the director of the institution opened a new learning center, right, for learning about arts and culture, and also try to promote this place to be a tourist attraction at the local place, at that place, what we call Chiang Ban sub-district in Chiang Kham district, Phayao province. Yes, and this center is a kind of, a result from the working collaboration between teachers and students from School of Tourism, School of Computer Science and Technology, right, School of Social Science, Faculty of Management, leaders from the communities and relevant people in the field, right?
Wow.
Ajahn Nick, so if you have time, stop by and then visit this place.
Definitely, yeah, that's awesome to hear about. Another helpful and useful project that the university has worked on with the local community. Very good. But now let's move on to some good news for our students.
yeah การประชุมพิจารณาคัดเลือกนักศึกษานะคะเพื่อรับทุนนะคะสำหรับนักศึกษาที่ได้รับผลกระทบจากโควิด -19 ค่ะ
So this news is from August the 7th regarding the CRRU student union led by Mr. Nichom, a director of the union. He led a meeting with the representatives from different faculties and schools to recruit 400 students from over 2,000 students to receive a scholarship of 4,000 baht each. The scholarship is intended for students who have been impacted by the COVID-19 situation. The results will be announced on August the 17th, 2020 through the CRRU Student Union Facebook and other possible publicity channels.
Okay, so please note that information, okay, and wait for the good news on August 17.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. So another news, Ajanik, is on the same day, okay, August 7 again. Yeah. So the news is from the Innovation and Continuing Education Center. Yes, leading by Assistant Professor Dr. Nuan Napa, Assistant of the President. Organized a seminar and workshop about cooperative and work integrated education การจัดสัมมนาเชิงปฏิบัติการเพื่อส่งเสริมการจัดสหกิจศึกษาและการศึกษาเชิงบูรณาการกับการทำงานนะคะ The chair of the seminar is Assistant Professor Dr. เสงี่ยมบุญญพัฒน์ Yes, the Vice President of the Academic Affairs. So this training, basically, the purpose is to promote, review, rearrange, and awareness of, the importance of professional skills in the teaching and learning curriculums.
Yeah, that's really great, and I think it's really beneficial for students to have this experience and get some real practical experience working in real professional workplace situations so that when they graduate, they head into the workforce with a little bit of experience under their belt. That's great.
Is it this one similar to America?
It depends on what you study. Some majors will send you out to do internship work or practical experience, but some don't. So it depends. But that's one thing I really admire about the Thai university system is it seems that everybody gets some sort of real life job experience. So I think that's great.
Okay, right. That is good, and I think Thailand now is still in under developing this kind of procedures to try to promote students to experience real life in careers.
I think that's great. All right, so let's move on to our next news story. So this is coming from the CRRU Art Zone Club.
โอเค การจัดกิจกรรมบำเพ็ญประโยชน์กลับสู่ชุมชนนะคะโดยนักศึกษาทัศนศิลป์โปรแกรมวิชาศิลปกรรมศาสตร์ค่ะ
Students from the Fine Arts Department organized special activities for the local community at Ban Pong Nam Tok School in Bandu Subdistrict. The activities covered painting and fixing the school walls and classrooms in order to create a good environment for students at the school. So that way they feel happy and they enjoy their studies.
Okay, so this kind of activity is really good actually, and is kind of contributing knowledge of students that they learn from the university and contribute to the local community. Right, so that is very good. And Achanik, on 7 August again, had a lot of important events.
That was a big day, yeah.
And another news, yes, is about การเข้าร่วมประชุมกับคณะกรรมการขับเคลื่อนศิลปะและวัฒนธรรมและแสดงความยินดีกับประธานท่านใหม่นะคะของสภาศิลปะและวัฒนธรรมมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏแห่งประเทศไทยนะคะ So this day our beautiful and smart leaders Assistant Professor Dr. Walinsi Yautani and the directors of the CRRU Arts and Cultural Center Assistant Professor Dr. Somwang Inchai went to Bangkok to participate in the meeting about Rajapat University Arts and Cultural Working Plans and congratulate the new chair of the Rajapat University Arts and Cultural Council.
Wow, very good. All right, unfortunately, we do have some sad news to report on about our assistant to the president, Dr. Natapon Santi, and a personal loss of his.
ค่ะก็เป็นข่าวการสูญเสียคุณพ่อนะคะของผู้ช่วยอธิการบดีดร.ณัฐพลสันธินะคะ
So he just lost his father, and some university members, particularly the university CEOs and administrators, the Division of International Affairs, the Institute of International Language and Culture, and the Faculty of Humanities went to participate in the funeral ceremony. We are so sorry for your loss, and our thoughts are with you during this time.
Right, so sorry, right? So sorry about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the last news of today, right, is about the opening ceremony of the Herbs Research Center to support the hospital, especially
Marijuana.
yeah so การเปิดศูนย์ศึกษาวิจัยการเรียนรู้สายพันธุ์กัญชาเพื่อประโยชน์ทางการแพทย์นะคะ This is a result from the MOU signing ceremony between our university and Golden Triangle Limited Company on June 25th last year. So the main purpose is to support and research about herbs for medical treatment. Yes, and this center is also supported by the government and
Narcotics Suppression Center.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, อาจารย์นิก
No problem.
yeah. so
All right, so it seems that we have come to the end of today's report. Ajahn Honey, would you mind wrapping everything up in Thai language again?
no I don't mind so I will report
Perfect, because I can't do it. We would be here all day. So.
yes so yeah ค่ะวันนี้นะคะเราก็เริ่มจากการรายงานข่าวค่ะพิธีลงนามถวายพระพรและพิธีถวายราชสดุดีเฉลิมพระเกียรติสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าสิริกิติ์นะคะแล้วก็การเปิดศูนย์การเรียนรู้ศิลปะวัฒนธรรมและบริการท่องเที่ยวด้วยสื่อดิจิทัลเชิงสร้างสรรค์นะคะการประชุมพิจารณาคัดเลือกนักศึกษาเพื่อรับทุนการศึกษาสำหรับนักศึกษาที่ได้รับผลกระทบจากโควิด -19 นะคะการจัดสัมมนาเชิงปฏิบัติการเพื่อการส่งเสริมการจัดสหกิจศึกษาและการศึกษาเชิงบูรณาการกับการทำงานค่ะการจัดกิจกรรมบำเพ็ญประโยชน์กับสู่ชุมชนโดยนักศึกษาทัศนศิลป์และโปรแกรมวิชาศิลปกรรมศาสตร์ค่ะการเข้าร่วมชุมชนการเข้าร่วมประชุมนะคะกับคณะกรรมการขับเคลื่อนศิลปะและวัฒนธรรมและแสดงความยินดีกับท่านประธานท่านใหม่นะคะของสภาศิลปะและวัฒนธรรมมหาวิทยาลัยราชภัฏแห่งประเทศไทยนะคะการสูญเสียคุณพ่อของผู้ช่วยอธิการบดีดร.ณัฐพลสันธินะคะและสุดท้ายคือการเปิดศูนย์วิจัยการเรียนรู้สายพันธุ์กัญชาเพื่อประโยชน์ทางการแพทย์ค่ะ
Exactly.
long words
All right, thank you so much for that Thai translation. So we've got some more coming up for you. The next section is going to be presented by Ajahn Nikki. So we've got 2 interviews today. So first, she will interview Ajahn Lani, a lecturer here at the Western Languages program from New Zealand. And she's also going to interview Mrs. Florenda Yana, who is from the Philippines and studies with us in the English Studies International program in the Faculty of Humanities. So please stay tuned and check that out.
Right. So before we leave, I would like to say thanks to Ajahn Nick, and I'm really happy that he is here with us today, and I hope that you will come back again and again.
Absolutely, yeah, I'd be happy to come again for sure.
Right, so now we have to leave, so see you again next Friday. Know English?
Know the world.
รู้ภาษาอังกฤษ
Crru โลกครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ Bye-bye.
Welcome back to CRU on Air Live English broadcast. Know English.
Know the world?
Yes,
Right.
know the world. รู้ภาษาอังกฤษ รู้โลก
Okay.
รู้โลก I'm Nick Kanika from the Faculty of Humanities, the Western Languages program. We have with us today a lecturer in the Western Languages program, Ajahn Lani, who is from New Zealand, a country situated in the southern hemisphere, or it is more exact in the South Pacific. The native is Maoris, although it is independent now, but it is still remains as a member of a British Commonwealth. The country comprises 2 islands, the North and the South Islands. Do you know what is the main product of New Zealand? Okay, it is also said that there are more sheep than the human. Is it right? I don't know. So going to see Ajahn Lonnie Levy. All right. Welcome Ajahn Lonnie Levy. So
Thank you.
nice to see you here.
Yes,
So
good to
during
see you.
a long time, so during the COVID-19 pandemic. All right, okay. So you look very New Zealand today.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you for coming too. So please tell us about yourself. Because you
So-
come far away from Thailand.
Yeah, so a bit about myself. I was born in New Zealand. My parents were migrants there. They came from a small island called Samoa and migrated there. I was born there, went to school there. Then met my wife who was from Thailand.
Wow.
Then ended up teaching.
Wow.
She suggested I teach English, so I've been teaching since I think it was 2002 somewhere. So and that's how I ended up in Thailand. Yeah.
So and now what about your education? So you finished your master degree in New Zealand?
Okay, education, yes. I've studied a few things. So bachelor's degree and my master's is in teaching English, University of Auckland. And my favourite subject was second language acquisition, which is
Wow.
basically studying how learners learn
Wow.
a second language. Yes.
Sounds interesting.
Yes, very interesting.
So tell us more about New Zealand. So we rarely know about the New Zealand. I just only know, I never been there before. I just only know that there are two islands, the north and the south. And so what about Auckland? What about New South Wales? Okay.
Yeah, so New Zealand is a very beautiful country. It's surrounded by seas and mountains as well. So in the North Island, you get a lot of beaches and so forth. And in the south, it's quite mountainous. Quite a lot of mountains. If you've seen the movie, have you seen the movie Tolkien and the movie, I forget the name, it's coming to my mind, Lord of the Rings. That's
Okay.
right. So if you've seen that movie, that's New Zealand.
I see.
Main cities are Auckland, Wellington, which is the capital, and Dunedin and Christchurch. So I met my wife in Christchurch back in 2002, and where she was studying English and where I was a student as well. And yeah, so 4 main cities, and I went to school in Dunedin, which is a Scottish settlement.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful country, and mainly 3 languages are spoken there.
3 languages? Wow.
So 3 official languages, which are English, of course, New Zealand English, followed by Te Reo Māori, which is the language that I speak.
Oh.
Though I'm not Māori, I can speak it fluently. Perhaps a few words here, ke te pehe koe, which means how are you? And New Zealand Sign Language as well.
I see. Can you show us some language, your native language, like a Maori language?
Yeah, okay. So just very basic. If you know Thai, or if you know Indonesian or Filipino, the Māori language, like the language that my parents speak, which is Samoan, is very easy to speak. So it's it's basically the vowels e, I, o, u. Sara, sa, u, right? And it's just a consonant, vowel, consonant language. So you read it as you speak it. So, for example, kia ora, which means hello. Just repeat after me, kia ora.
Lonnie, I need you to introduce yourself in the Maori language.
Oh, you want me to introduce myself?
sure,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'll say it in both languages, in Māori and Samoan. So, kia ora, which means hello. Talofa, which means hello, my mother's language. Ke te pehe koe, which means how are you? And my mother and father's language, it's o amei oi, how are you? O lo'o ingoa o longi, my name is Lonnie, my mother and father's language. In Māori, it's ko Lonnie toku ingoa, my name is Lonnie. No New Zealand aho, I'm from New Zealand. O a'u sa whāngau New Zealand, I was born in New Zealand. And that's me, yeah. Kia ora, ka whātai, which means
I'm
basically thank you.
already got married, okay? So you
Me?
tell, yeah.
Yeah,
you
Dang Leo. Yeah, I've married.
Okay.
Married to a Shingarai girl.
So, and do you have any extra? I see your rugby activities. Okay, do you have extra activities during you living in Chiang Rai?
Yes, so at Rajabat we've been running the Shingarai Rajabat rugby team. And that starts next month in September. So it's touch once a week and free water free food if you're lucky, and it's a good place to practice your English.
Wow.
So very good for WLP students to come along, practice your English, and
Great. And the most important, I would like to ask you, why did you choose teaching in CRRU?
Oh, why did I
Yeah.
teach?
Yeah,
Why did
So have you been in Chiang Mai before? Before you choose, Chiang Mai is your settled down.
Yes. The last time I was here was 2007. 2007.
2007?
Yes.
So how long?
Oh, it's about 8 years somewhere.
More than 10 years.
10 years.
I see.
So the reason why how could I say this? So it's close to home, of course. Convenient for the family.
Convenient to family?
Yeah,
Oh,
very
next
close.
to, where is your home?
Just about 2 minutes from here, down from
Okay,
back
I
house.
got it.
Especially, Dr. Nun. I mean, great guy. Had an interview, and I thought, nice guy. Why don't I, take up the opportunity to work for Raj about it.
Wow.
So
So great. So no need to fill up a lot of oil. Okay, so just only 2 minutes, right?
Yeah,
You said,
that's right.
Oh, so I got it. So I mean that you living here for more than 10 years. So what?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
Oh, 5
So
years.
before
I'm
that was
sorry.
10 years in New Zealand.
I see, I see. And so what do you think that the best characteristic of the Thai people?
Oh, so I've been with my wife for at least since 2002. So, so the characteristics, let's say, humility and respect. So those two, and humility and Gleng Jai. How do you say that in English?
Grand Chai. So
Like,
don't mention it.
The concept doesn't really exist in New Zealand. I mean, if you say, are you hungry? And you say, and you offer your food if you're a Thai, and generally Kiwis would take it and eat the whole thing. So there's no Gleng Jai here.
Oh,
right?
so Grand Chai.
So Thais, I like that part. Where they do
Gleng
have Gleng
Jai.
Jai. Yeah. They think about others, generally speaking. Yeah.
And so now, can you speak Thai?
Yes, I've been listening to it for the last 19 years or so, so consider myself a receptive learner. But I've been picking up on Northern Thai. So the mother-in-law, she speaks
Wow.
Northern Thai to me.
And you speak the Northern Thai to her?
Yeah.
Oh, so
she says,
unbelievable.
Yuhana.
Johanna. So now, Lonnie learn a lot of Thai, a lot of Northern Thai language. Wow, so
That's right.
unbelievable. So what about Isan? The northern part? The northern part?
The Isan,
The
Eastern Thai?
east northern, right?
Northern?
Northern?
East? Northern East? Or Northern?
Northern, yeah, Isan.
Oh,
It's not
Isan.
northern. Isan.
Do I speak their language?
Yes.
Oh, I love their language. It's all about food. Oh, kayang, nam tok. Oh, sap. That's why I know sap.
Sap, okay.
Sabadi bo, right?
Yes, Sabadi bo. So the northern language, Sabadi, we say Sabadi. But so for the northern
Sabadi
eastern,
bo.
Sabadi bo.
Oh, all right.
Wow, so you know a lot of traditional, the culture. Can you show us some culture and traditional?
Okay.
So I mean that the Thai traditional and the northern traditional. You know about this?
Oh, you mean an example of culture of Thai cultural
Thai
etiquette,
culture.
maybe?
Yes.
So basically, it's a Y, right?
Why?
Yeah.
You take a look at why.
It's a Y. Yeah. And take off your shoes. If you're a Farang, take off your shoes before you enter a house.
Wow.
And the smile, right?
But the smile maybe
ยิ้มสวย
ยิ้มสวย So can you show us ยิ้มสวย
It's very hard because where I'm from, my parents, the smiles are quite big, you see. So and people laugh quite a lot. So over here,ยิ้มสวย, I will try. I don't know if it's working.
Okay, so Lonnie, อาจารย์ Lonnie tell us about about the New Zealand, and so I heard that. So I just mentioned at the first, your country have more sheep more than human. That's right.
That's right. Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right. So most of it is exported. and yeah, a place called Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
That's one place where our lamb goes to, Saudi Arabia.
and so the dairy
Dairy
is
as well.
the export.
Yes, China is on the exporting market there. Fonterra, which is our main company in New Zealand.
Oh,
So we've got Chinese companies in New Zealand. Ni hao, ni hao ma.
ni hao. So he knows a lot of languages. And so can you tell us how long? Okay, I mean that, so if you take a flight from Bangkok to New Zealand, do you have the direct flight?
So direct flight from
Bangkok, Suvarnabhumi.
Suvarnabhumi Airport.
Yeah, Suvarnabhumi Airport.
Thai Airways, TG 419.
Wow, TG419. And so you
takes 10 hours.
10 hours. Oh, it's not far. Only
Not far.
10 hours.
Yeah, it's just a skip and a jump. Nick would know that.
Only, and so you see, that is your kid?
Yes, that's my kids there, my daughter, and that's my class there, MIT, where I was a senior lecturer at. And so cool, yeah. Foundation students, so basically students who needed the support in literacy and numeracy to pursue their careers in health or wanting to be a police in that instance.
So you enjoy working in CRRU?
Yeah, love it. I love the teaching.
I
Love the kids. Should I call them kids? No, I love the students. There's one, Florenda. She's fantastic. You're going to see her soon, but she's brilliant. I think she's a potential candidate to teach at Rajabat too.
Okay.
So she's great to have.
Before leaving today, what is your utmost wish?
My utmost wish is for students to know where they're going, and know why they are here at Rajabat, and also who they are, why they are here, and the last one is where are they going. If they know that, then I'll be happy. So it's very important.
And what is your what do you expect from CRRU? So in the future?
More rugby. That would be
rugby.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So sports in English. So more rugby in English.
Oh, rugby. So you learn rugby before you come to CRRU, but so normally play in New Zealand, like a sport or extra activities?
Yeah, rugby is the number one sport in New Zealand. It's played in the US as well, and Canada. It's played by more than 100 countries. Thailand plays rugby as well, so it's quite popular. So good to learn, play rugby and learn English at the same time. It's
fun. Wow. So tell us about the rugby activities. Because in Thailand we don't have this idea about the rugby before, because we don't know. So just only watch TV, so the rugby team. So when you come to CRU, so I just know from you that so you play rugby.
Started a rugby team, that's right.
Okay, so thank you for sharing and your presentation. So everybody knows about the New Zealand more and more. Very interesting, Ajahn Lonnie. Thank you for your sharing, Ajahn Lonnie. All right, okay, stay tuned. The student from the Philippines is waiting for you in the second session. Stay tuned. Bye-bye. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
So welcome to the second session, CRRU. CRRU being an open university, welcome students from the overseas. No matter which country, the admission can be applied by either direct walk-in or under the MOU, a student exchange program between the two universities. We have today invited a student from the Philippines who has come to study at CRRU. She had chosen to study here by applying to the university without the MOU between the two universities. Welcome, Mrs. Florenda Yana from the Philippines, study in the English major in CRRU. Welcome.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Yes, okay, please tell us about yourself.
Once again, thank you so much, and I'm honored to be here, Ajahn. And my name is Florenda Yana Gutierrez, and I'm from Philippines, and I'm studying at the Bachelor of Education here in CRU under the international program, majoring English studies.
Wow, so why you chosen? So a little bit surprised that you chosen studying English in CRU.
Oh, I have chosen CRU because they offered an international program. They mainly use English language, and the tuition is very affordable. Plus, it's convenient for me as well.
Wow, so this is the reason why you chosen the CRU. And so have you been in Thailand before? You chosen study here.
Oh, it's my first time to travel abroad is Thailand.
Wow.
Yes, and so far, I've been here in Chiang Rai after my work at Bangkok as a customer service and international freight forwarder company.
And so how long have you been in Thailand? I mean, before came to see Chiang Rai province.
Oh, I've been here about 9 years.
9 years, it's not too long. So it's also, I mean, that is longer than someone or some foreigners living in that country. I mean, like that. So anyone recommend you before about Chiang Rai?
Actually, no, because I love to stay longer here in Thailand. I keep searching that how to finish my college degree, and through the internet, I do the inquiries by phone call to the register admin, and finally, I met the requirements that the university required. So I'm here in spite of my age. I'm so overwhelmed and honored that the admin, the international affairs accepted me.
Wow, so that's why you chosen our university. I mean, that's Chiang Rai Ratchapat University. So how do you feel with your colleagues during you studying with them? So I mean that the Thai friends.
Oh, actually, at first I was feeling so awkward, but I have to acknowledge and understand so many things, the differences, and also I have to accept the reality of life nowadays. And I'm also a person that a positive way. So I have to understand as being like, I was there. I've been there as a teens. So I can also like be okay. I am so, and they're also friendly to me. I feel very welcome the way they cooperate. They're helping each other. So in spite, there's no such age gap.
Wow.
Yes.
So can you tell us about what are the differences between the university in the Philippines and in Chiang Rai Ratchapat University? Because we don't know any exactly about the university or the system of the university in the Philippines. So can you tell us, for example, the teaching method or the studying method or so whatever?
As of the moment, so far, the teaching method in our country is quite different because we're being colonized by America, and also nowadays it has a lot of new devices, high technology that the university, which is CRU, that I was surprised because when I look back with my college days, it's a big difference. It's a big difference in terms of the connection, in terms of the internet and all this high-tech technology that the university provide.
Wow, so you mean that our university provide a lot of technology?
Exactly, I agree with that, Ajahn.
So where are you from? So I mean that from Philippines, so which part? The north, the south, the east, the west?
I'm from the south, which is Mindanao, the largest island in the Philippines. Yes.
So the island. So I heard that in Philippines, earthquake could happen, and the Philippines is situated in the ring of the fire.
Yes.
Yeah. So the earthquake. So how I mean that so in Thailand rarely we have the earthquake,
Rarely, yes.
so we don't have experience about that. The earthquake and the typhoon.
Actually, the Philippines is located in the Western Pacific Ocean.
Oh.
Yes, and because we are also known for the naturally beautiful beaches, and because of our also active volcanoes, because Philippines consists of 7,641 islands. Yes, and we have divided into geographically 3 major Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Yeah, Mindanao, Visayas, and Luzon.
Yes.
So I have learned when I was in the primary school. Yeah, Visayas. I love this name, Visayas. So I don't know at that time. So actually, the Luzon, Visayas, and the Mindanao. So all of those names are the Spain.
Yes, it's derived from, because we're being colonized by Spain about 300 to 400 years ago. So we are more on the name derived from Spaniards.
So it's from Spain. Okay, the first country that colonized the Philippines was Spain, and then after that,
Will be America.
America. All right, so that's why the Philippines speak English very well, because in the past the Philippines colonized by the America, and so. You live in Thailand for a long time, so about more than 10 years?
Almost. And
Almost.
counting?
Anything you know about the Thai tradition and culture?
Oh, I love the Thai tradition, which is the Loy Krathong. Because based on my experience, I would like to share that, because I also a believer, when I did that to the candle, before you release on the river, you have to wish. Right, and then when I release, I just wish. Then suddenly, as time goes by, it happened. So I also really share this to some of my friends, that how Loy Krathong in Thailand, the tradition is for me meaningful.
So what about in the Philippines? You don't have this tradition?
Loy
Krathong.
Yeah, Loy Krathong, we don't have that. We have different kind of tradition, and so many things. The traditional, we have Filipinos, tradition, Spanish and American.
Oh, mixed together.
Mixed together.
Can you show us some example? So for the for the tradition and culture.
Usually is when we have festive, because Philippines is in a Catholic country. And in every festivals, we have do preparation, and we have a lot of to give time and effort, food preparation, program and activities.
I see.
Yes, and Filipino also are family oriented, and they love to have getting together to sing, dance, and eat.
So sounds interesting. And so what about the weather in the Philippines?
The weather in the Philippines is pleasant. We have hot, rainy, and also the cold weather in the yes, just like in Chiang Rai, they call it Baguio as the summer capital in the Philippines.
Oh, so very similar.
Yes.
So are you accustomed the hot weather? Because in Thailand, so the hot weather is very popular. So I mean that, so you already accustomed about
yes,
that?
I already, because we have similar. Thailand and Philippines is quite similar. Yes.
So that's why the Philippines come to Chiang Rai and come to Thailand more and more.
Yes.
You feel like that?
Yes, it's true.
I
also did.
All right. Before leaving, what do you expect from CRRU?
I'm expecting in the near future, when especially the connection, as given the opportunity for having a good career in this university.
Wow, so the rest 2 years, I hope that you will be successful, Florenda, and so you enjoy with your classmates.
Yes, I do. I'm enjoying with them. They're so kind.
I see. Okay, so the Philippines is an English-speaking nation, but so Thailand is not. But today, we would say that thank you so much, Florenda, for sharing and give us a lot of knowledge about the Philippines. Thank you for your sharing. I think English language plays an important role in our life. It is understood by many people around the world. The English language helps us to communicate with nearly all the people around the world, even through the internet, like Ajahn Lonnie from New Zealand and Mrs. Florenda from the Philippines. All right, okay, in the conclusion, thanks to our far-sighted President, Assistant Professor Dr. Sonchai Mungthai Song, and Assistant Professor Dr. Varinsi Yautani, the Vice President who has given opportunities to everyone, every nationality, every religion to the University of Learning. Please follow our program at the Facebook CRRU On Air Live English Broadcast. Know English.
Know the world.
รู้ภาษาอังกฤษ รู้โลก
รู้โลก
รู้โลก by photographers Nick, Honey, Farm and Atum. Thank you for watching. See you again next Friday at 11:30 to 12:30. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.